Whopper with cheese, Big Mac, dollar menu, supersize it, snacks, cakes, and even a Kool-Aid man. What do these things remind you of? Healthy foods that we want to eat in our everyday life? Things that we want our children eating? No, neither one of these are true. American society is geared towards media and commercials for the next best thing, the next cheapest deal. Our children are prone to going to school. Their friends have snacks and cakes. They go to McDonald's, they get kids' meals, they drink soda, and everything that they're being fed is unhealthy, fattening, and terrible for them. In this speech, I'm going to address children's nutrition and children's health in general. The purpose of this speech is to educate and to let parents and teachers be aware that they need to be watching what their children are eating and a positive role model and influence in their kids' lives. There's going to be 3 things addressed in this speech. The first one is a child's nutrition. The second thing is going to be childhood obesity. And the last is going to be how parents and teachers can get involved in helping to encourage their children to live a healthy life. Starting with childhood nutrition, we see our children following what their friends are doing. If their friend has a soda, they want a soda. If their friend is eating cake, they want to eat cake. The assumption that healthy food is boring and doesn't taste good is in schools, it's at home. So it's very important that we educate them that their body and their mind and their adolescence need to have these healthy foods in their life. The food pyramid is something that we've all heard of starting from a young age. And it's something that seems to be forgotten. Where the top of the food pyramid is fats, oils, and sweets, and that's supposed to be the smallest part of our day, it tends to be the largest, not only in children but in adults as well. When our children go to school, we really don't know what they're eating. They go to the cafeteria and we hope that they're getting all of the food groups that they need, but we as parents really don't know what they're actually eating. When you see a young child who is maybe in kindergarten, from age basically infant all the way to teenager, all of what they're going to need is going to vary from age to age. A kindergartner may need to have more fruits and vegetables. They're also going to need to have a lot of dairy and milk for their growing bones. A teenager is going to need more protein. They're hitting a different part in their life where they need the protein, their muscles are changing, and us parents need to be aware of each age group and what our children need as far as nutrition is concerned. Childhood obesity is something that has basically gone rampant in our country, as well as around the world. The children that are obese now, 1/3 of every child, 1/3 of the whole of children are obese. There's many ways that we can prevent childhood obesity, and we can take some actions to encourage them to eat healthy and stay active. Instead of them choosing a cheeseburger and fries, a better option would be a sandwich with some fruit or vegetables. The other thing that is really helping to contribute to childhood obesity is video games and TV. Parents do not monitor their children enough when it comes to the amount of time watching TV and playing video games. If children can minimize the amount of time that they're playing video games and watching TV and use that time to get more active, then that's another thing that's going to reduce the risk of childhood obesity. Doctors are a big part of getting involved as well. And doctors will also tell you and tell your children that the more active you are, the better. And if they can start being active at a young age, then most likely they're going to continue that when they become an adult. Siblings can encourage each other, and they can go outside and play, and they can get involved in after-school activities and sports. These are all things that are going to help reduce the risk of childhood obesity. Childhood obesity is not something that we think of as unhealthy for our organs, your heart, your lungs, but really being obese as a child poses so many risks to all kinds of things with their health. Their blood pressure, the amount of sodium they're taking in, all of that plays a factor as well. When it comes to healthy choices, choosing a milkshake or choosing a smoothie, they both sound about the same. However, the smoothie is going to have less sugar and a lot more vitamins. It's simple things that we can do to help our kids. The last thing is going to be parents and teachers getting involved, and parents really need to be educated so that they can educate their children. The best thing is going to be for them to be an example. If they can show their children what eating healthy is all about and what being active is all about, then their kid's going to want to follow suit as well. Parents need to communicate with teachers. They need to be informed of what their kids are eating at school. They also play a big role in making sure that their kids are involved in activities after school, any kind of sports and those kinds of things. If we don't get involved and help our kids to stop watching the commercials, stop looking at the Whoppers and the Big Macs and those kinds of things, and we don't take an active approach, then the childhood obesity rate and children's health in general is going to continue to deteriorate. This is a speech to inform our parents, our teachers, grandparents, aunts, family members, that it's our responsibility to take care of our kids. And the combination of the three, the child nutrition, the childhood obesity, and the parents getting involved, is something that will play an active role from the time they're an infant all the way until adulthood, and it's something that could potentially change our children's lives.